As we rise this morning, there's a coolness to the air. Seems this time every year, change comes and we find ourselves in a crisp, cool atmosphere as we wake in the morning. I pray you wake this morning feeling blessed. I pray that you wake this morning knowing just how important you are to our Father in heaven. And as you rise this morning, I want to talk to you just for a moment about ordinary people. It is amazing what God has done upon this earth by just using ordinary people to do such extraordinary things. In 1 Corinthians chapter 1, Paul kind of outlines this because there's times in our lives, just like in Corinth, when people may look on social status or what you have, how much you have, what kind of position you have in life, even what position you have in the church. And based on that, they will categorize people. They say, well, God can surely use that person because they're well educated and they're well set in life, but maybe not that person over there because they don't seem to have much. They don't have much education, those kinds of things. And so we tend to categorize people by what we see on the outside. But the Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 26, "For you see your calling, brother, how not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. But God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. And the base things of the world and the things which are despised, God has chosen, yes, and the things which are not, to bring to pass those things that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence." When Jesus came to earth and he began to look for those who would be his closest disciples, become his apostles, and go on to turn the world upside down, he did not go into the temple. He went into the streets. He found brothers just doing an ordinary task of mending their nets. He found one who was just sitting every day collecting taxes. He even found one just sitting under a tree. He called them for his divine purpose. We think that just because sometimes we're not extraordinary, that we can't do extraordinary things for God. But that's how we see ourselves. I want you to know today that God can use you no matter who you are, no matter where you are. God has chosen just ordinary people like us to do extraordinary things for him. So many miracles have come to pass. So many healings have come to pass. So many prayers have been answered simply because ordinary people get on their knees and pray. And then they get up and go to action for the Lord. When we began Morning Moments with Jesus, it was not to be famous. It was not to glean a huge audience and a huge following. It was simply to glorify God and to get us into a deeper relationship with him. So whether it's 10 or 10,000 listening today, God chooses ordinary means to do extraordinary things. So you go out and be a person today who thanks God that you're just ordinary. and ask Him to do the extraordinary in you today. I speak a blessing over you today. And I pray that God would show you that long before you chose Him, He chose you. And long before you thought you could do anything, God was already doing something marvelous in you. You be safe today. Be strong and always be blessed. I pray this weekend that you see yourself as someone God can use. Doesn't matter what you've been through. Doesn't really matter what you're going through. God can use it as a stepping stone to where He needs you to be. Pray you have a great weekend, and Lord's will, we'll see you back here again on Monday. You have a great day.